Greetings and welcome. This is Psychic Medium Roberto, and I truly hope you're doing well. I'm guided and led by spirit. Trigger warning, the subject matters of a mature nature and deals with true crime events. Disclaimer, all cases, names, people are treated as alleged until proven in a court of law. All right, so a case that's popped up on the dial. It's been pinging on me a couple of times. And then this morning, I noticed our good friend Val Evans was covering the case on one of her episodes. So if you want to go have a look at what she has to say. I didn't watch the show. I haven't watched anyone else's show. The fact that it's pinged several times, let's have a look. So Brianna Aguilera goes to a tailgate party Friday, November 28, 2025. This is day after Thanksgiving in the US. Doesn't make the game, and unfortunately is found deceased. And I've put a red block here. Saturday, November 29, 2025, and she's found very early in the morning, I believe around 1 a.m. So the current situation is police say no foul play or homicide. Parents are disputing that. I've watched one or two news items. There's some bystanders or people that live at the complex that say certainly not or let's say something suspicious, having fallen 17 floors. So not very good. So let's just see. This is going to point out numbers. Let's see what we get. And if we need to go deeper, we'll go deeper. So the time that she is found, we have a problem. The time that she's found on early morning Saturday, there's a problem. We have an 11-2 from November, and then that would be the 29th, 29-11-2. So we've got an 11-2 conflict. That's one issue. A very serious issue, in my opinion. And then the standout number, 29-11-2. Unfortunately, when you have the number 29-11-2 at a crime scene, something, or let's put it this way, certainly not a natural death. Now, I've just been shown again. I've done preliminary work. So it's followed by 13-4. We can agree 13-4 can bring around death. And of course, we can agree if you fall 17 floors, there will be a death. But the problem here is the 13-4 suggests a natural death. 13-4 suggests like a natural death, or I want to say, before Brianna hit the ground. I know that sounds ghastly. You recall we've done a couple of these cases now with the murders in the East. The problem, and I've just been confirmed just as I started talking about this 13-4, there's a good possibility, and we'll get clarification, there's a good possibility that she was already deceased before she hit the ground. I'll say again, there's possible evidence here to suggest she was already deceased before she hit the ground and before she fell over the balcony. Second time, Liam Payne has just popped into my brain. The first, I received a psychic vibe. Been thrown over the balcony, okay, by at least two other people, and we'll confirm it in the numbers. So that's the psychic vision image that I received, and it would have been at night time, of course. Okay, so another standout issue number while we're here on this day is the number hidden, so in the same position. Now, this is the Saturday morning. and Saturday day, specifically in the Saturday day. So after the discovery, we see that 13.4, but there's also a hidden 40 outcome 4. This is a problem. The reason why this is a problem is because Brianna is 19, and there's a 40 outcome 4. There's a male, older male in the picture. We'll get confirmation. Now, I'm not saying it's a sexual issue and I've just been given that, you recall that student that was found near the tennis courts at a Lani well-to-do uni. Not funny, I'm just laughing at the 10-1 bullshit. 10-1's elite. If you don't fit in, you're not in, all that kind of bullshit. The Skull and Bones kind of clan. Same with the young lady that was found at the tennis courts at the Howdy Doody. You got these groups of ceremonial must-dos if you want your skull and bones. So that is a problem. So, in other words, there's potential, and it reveals itself here. An older male leading the pack is evident. Okay? Let's go to the night of the situation. We got to see it in the actual days, and then we'll go into intention and action. Otherwise, I'm just recreating a story, right? So Friday, November 28th. So the outcome of the day, if you watching the visual, you'll see there's a 30 outcome 3. Now that indicates party. 30 outcome 3 is a party. Now, I don't know what time the match started or what the situation is. Oh, here's something here as well. Fuck. So if before the outward 30 outcome 3, which is a party, can also bring around the word chemicals. We need to do an autopsy on her body. Autopsy, chemical test, please. Not that she consumed, she may have been given a Jimmy. And the reason why I say that, so yeah, outwardly, here we go. Our lady from the Bahamas, I believe it was, that went missing on the speedboat. 12-3, oh, come to the tailgate. Come to the party before I had to Google it. I don't know what a tailgate was. Come to the party before the match. We're going to get nice and ready. Tipsy and all sorts of stuff. 12-3, come to the party. Invite, like our lady friend in the La-di-da yacht area that died recently. Come to the party, to an older male, right? 12-3, hidden. So there's hidden agendas here, big time. So there's a control issue, 3s, communities. Here's another sign, 21-3, and the 12-3s. You remember the comment around Spain and the tourists down in Spain or Portugal, wherever it was. Outward community, 12-3. Hey, you fit in, you belong, you're American. 21-3, then there's this other disgruntled community. You're only half American, even though you got a green card. You know what I mean? Those kind of issues coming up. And it is revealed on the +1 day, confirming a race issue element, 14-5. So there's definitely a racial issue element as well here, unfortunately. All about control, 39-12-3, 48-12-3. So that there's a hidden 30 outcome 3. On the day of her, I believe her phone goes quiet at about 6 p.m. or 9. It goes quiet in the evening, right? Or in other words, she doesn't respond to her mother's text, as far as I understand it, right? So there's not a good opportunity. That sounds terrible. There's a strong possibility that she may have been jimmied, and there's confirmation of it here, actually, in the intention. 6 is the poison, and she's pinging on me. 5, so in the intention where the 12-3 is, there's a 15-6. So she was definitely lured by a male. So I believe she went to a friend's apartment. We need to see what happens. Did they leave and come back? What was happening there? Because, and I'll disclose, I know her phone pinged at some environmental type place, park or whatever. Don't quote me on the exact thing, but it was outdoors environment. And the 3s on the day suggest outdoors environment. So continuing in the intention, that 6, and there's lots of 6s here, outcome 51-6, 42-6, immoral behavior. We need to do a second autopsy by someone familiar and group of people. But where that hidden 30 outcome 3 is, there's a 33-6. 33-6. That is like Jimmy Poison and Janis Joplin has just popped on my right shoulder. Remember, she also had a 30 outcome 3. Unfortunately, we're looking at a bit of a situation. In the action of the night of the event, I believe they treated this as an event. There's a portal 18-9 murder portal sequence. And remember, the Skull and Bones people own and are part of all facets of society. Motherfuckers. So we got a death portal sequence in the action here, unfortunately. This was ceremonial. This was procession, ceremonial. There was another number here. In the +1 of the intention, 44-8, by design. Now, when I spoke about, so in other words, planned, definitely planned, there's a hidden 22-4 agenda, where that 30 outcome 3 is where she was drugged. I believe she may have been drugged. In the same position, where did I see it now? In the same position, let me rather say in the same row, in the intention, 44-8. That's another clue. And our lady friend, everyone's popping in as there are 14-5 around. Our lady friend from Australia that was at a pool club, goes into the bathroom, doesn't come out. 44-8. Designer drugs. I believe this was an intentional act. We can't say, oh, well, maybe she... let's try this today, or let's try this week, and all the friends get together. Unfortunately, in the 0 day on her discovery, we do see a 16-7, but it's outside the crime scene, So we got there's definitely 2 locations, which would be referred to as crime scene 1, crime scene 2. GPS will give us those coordinates where the phone was pinging. Maybe mom was onto something there. Apparently she did give the information to the police, but they also got Skull and Bones in their back pocket, motherfuckers. So we got hidden 43-7 made to look like 16-7 suicide. However, when you have these double 16-7s made to look like, but was an intentional act. And look at the +6. What is revealed just as we leave the crime scene? All these 10-1s processional, 19-10-1, 37-10-1. 37-10-1 there brings in the 40 outcome for the adult male, whether 1, 2, or 3 present. 46-10-1, sacrifice, human sacrifice. 46-10-1, human sacrifice. And the outcomes, 55-10-1, 46-10-1, all these 10-1s. So that is why when she is discovered, when Brianna is discovered, we have an 11-2 conflict. So we can say the Illuminati, Masonry, whatever you want to call them, Skull and Bones. But the people that are at the tier of, or the top tier of these little satanic, ritualistic, barbaric, white male privilege. 40 outcome 4 also brings in white supremacy, are lawmakers themselves. And they call themselves leaders and leaders of society. Ladies and gentlemen, to confirm what I've just said or revealed, in the +1, we're getting confirmation. In the +1, 50 outcome 5 can speak about two things: toxic drugs or cover-up. 50 outcome 5, there's a cover-up. We will see what unfolds here. Let's have a look and see. So the case can be solved through, ironically shown immediately after the crime scene, through metadata. Metadata will solve the crime. And even some CCTV footage. Now, I wonder, pigs, 44.8, this hidden 44.8 recorded, like our friend in the East, Mr. U, recorded 44.8 for posterity. Welcome to the club, boys. You have accomplished your task. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep an eye on the news. And unfortunately for this family, I believe they've been hoodwinked. And may the truth surface, and may those responsible be brought to justice. Bye for now.